Words and Stitches, quilt tube number 13, and I'm Mary. I realized, I don't know, earlier today when I was out walking trying to beat the rain, which ended up being a sprinkle. It was supposed to be a big storm, but we're in storm watches here. Anyway, I was trying to beat all of that and get some exercise in. I've been in a car a lot lately and not moving as much as I like to. I made it through graduation week last week. My two great nieces graduated with honors, and my grandson graduated from kindergarten, and so now they're all on summer break. We got that all taken care of. I've made a couple of trips with my sister this week, just little day trips. Actually, they weren't even full days. They were just bigger parts of a day. And, between all of that and just general stuff like getting the hair done and getting groceries and all those kinds of things, this whole week just absolutely got away from me. I guess I'm playing catch up from last week, but I really don't have a whole lot to share. My class schedule has gotten just exploded a little bit here lately. Another reason why I feel this super behindedness. But so my schedule of what I teach is getting fuller, and I'm taking a couple of classes in June. I'm so excited about. One is a mandala class for my long arm, and the other one is an advanced class for pro stitcher, which I've taken a couple of those before, but this is with a different person, and everybody brings their own thing to the table, so I'm hoping I get a lot more information. My past classes have been wonderful, and I'm very excited about the mandala. I think it's free motion. I'm not positive, but I like to do free motions, so that's okay. That's okay. On Tuesday, a friend of mine, a lady, and she's also a customer, someone I quilt for. We both like to do handwork, and we've kind of discovered that. And we kayak together once in a great while, but our kids were in school about the same age. All those things. We decided, well, over the winter she kept saying, we need to get together and have coffee and EPP. She's right, we did. We needed to do that. But we could never make it happen, one reason or another. So we decided to try something, and we contacted one of the local libraries, and they have a room that they have graciously said, yes, come do this. So we're trying to open up and work through creating a group of ladies who like to do handwork. We don't care if it's knitting or crocheting or, of course, quilting or EPP, or she does beautiful needlepoint, and she quilts, of course. But, so anyway, we met and kind of got that started this week, and we're hoping that by the time school gets back in session, we'll have a little bit of a group and we can do things a little more regularly. And, even if it's just for an hour, we have like a 2-hour period in this room, but even if it's just for an hour, 45 minutes, people can kind of build community, build relationships, which is what I think we try to do here in Quilt Tubes. So anyway, I love the virtual, but the face-to-face is awesome too. So I've had that going. I had that this week, and it was pretty successful. And as a result, I got something to show. I got a finish. So you've seen this 100 times, but it is the final finish of one of my One Block Wonder table runners, which is a class I'm teaching a couple of different times, a couple of different places this summer. And this is the original fabric. Can you see it? I think you can see it. Okay. And then, of course, you've seen the blocks. You cover me up and see more of the blocks. There we go. And then I found this on my shelves because that's why I haven't been in my sewing room lately. I've been trying to clean my shelves, trying to clean them off in between little bits and pieces of things. And I have I think 3 projects laid out in there that need to be picked up, and it was just easier to sit down right here. But anyway, I have kind of a stripe binding, which I really like because it goes from an orange to a pink, and the pink picks up these little pink in the mushrooms, and the orange kind of picks up all the oranges, pick up all the different shades in the mushrooms. Anyway, I'm glad it's finally finished, so now I can start putting together all the handouts and things that I need. Plus, I have fabric to make 3 more, hopefully before June 14th, because that's my first one, my first class. Anyway, if I don't get them quilted, it'll be okay as long as I have tops, because I want to do some with triangles and cubes and all the things so that people can create their own. So anyway, that's the beauty of a one block wonder. So I'm going to hit pause for just a minute. I'm about out of battery. It's beeping me, and I'm going to plug in, and I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully that works. So I'm back, and I'll show you the rest of my gets and gots and all of that, finishes and da-da-da are only haul. I have so many things started that I need to make progress on, and I will show progress next week, hopefully, and hopefully in my sewing room. But right now, what I have to show you is some really cool haul, and I just have a very little bit, but I'm really excited about it. So a few quilt tubes back, I showed you a box of Tilda Fabrics that my friend sent me. We do those, I talked about how we do those little giveaways off Instagram and all that stuff, and we're always entering each other. And anyway, she won the Tilda box, and so I am working on the units for this quilt, and I have them almost finished. One of the things I have laid out, so I hope to be showing you that pretty soon. But I decided that the original pattern that I used, which was crosswalk Marty Mitchell pattern from like 2014, something like that. Anyway, and I talked about that in one of my other videos. I'll try to find that. But I decided that I needed borders. I just wanted borders. So the Jubilee, the Tilda Jubilee is beautiful. It has all this Jubilee circus-like stuff in it. And I had in my head, excuse me, I had in my head that when I went to the Hickory Stick in Hannibal, wonderful shop, on the Highway 36 quilt trail, one of the better shops on that trail. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, it's in downtown Hannibal, down around all the Mark Twain stuff. If you're looking for a great shop, hop Highway 36 will get you to Hamilton. Girls, come on, come to Missouri. I'll meet you at some of these places. We could have a great time. Anyway, it's a terrific shop. It's very well established, and it is full of good stuff, and they carry all the Tilda. So I went there to see about getting the blue Jubilee with the elephant and the ballerina, all of those. And they didn't have blue. They had red. So anyway, I am also absolutely crazy in love with this little bird. Isn't that the sweetest little bird? I just love those little birds. All of them. Every one of them. They're adorable. Anyway, so I decided to get some Tilda red and this piece to make borders for that particular quilt. So this is part of my haul, and I need to get in there and get on it because I love it. It's just gonna be so cute and pretty, and it's so Tilda, and I love the pattern. I love the pattern that I got out of my old book. And I can see myself making some others just like it, only different fabrics. Maybe. I'm not big on doing them more than once unless it's one of my own patterns, but sometimes you just have to. Some of them you just have to. Anyway, so that was my fabric haul. My other haul is from paperpieces.com, which is an online store. They also do a pop-up store in in Paducah, and I can't tell you the address because I did not plan well. I just sat down here to do this. But anyway, I have just really been enjoying my paper pieces, which, truthfully, I love it all. But anyway, so I had started a block, and I decided that if I got another block, I could make some really cute either table runners or wall hangings or bags. I kind of have a thing about possibly turning these into a bag. I'm not sure. Pillows, whatever. So the one that I showed you last time was an 8-inch star, and this one is called the Blazing Star. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see it in the plastic, but I got the papers to make two. And maybe you can see it better now. Is that a little better? Not quite so shiny. Anyway, I'm really excited about this one. And then I also got the acrylic templates. I've started just getting the acrylic templates too because I think I can use them later to design some of my own do some of my own stuff with them. These all look like they're about the same, but they have some directions to them. So one thing I'm finding out is that sometimes I get a whole bunch of pieces together and I think, oh, they'll flip. No, they won't. So I have to do one whole side and then do a whole bunch the opposite way and do those sides. But I'm getting it figured out. And my last haul. This is awesome. I am absolutely so excited. Excuse the Velcro sound. I do not own but one project bag. I mean, I have bags I use for projects, but like I have, I know what I have. I have one that I got from the Missouri Star Christmas box. I bought myself one for Christmas last year. It was my Christmas present to me. And there was a really neat bag that came in there. And I have a lot of stuff in that and put away. But vacations are starting to really... We're taking in June, and then we always with our whole family, like our 2 sons, 2 grandsons, and our lovely daughter-in-law, and so we're taking one then. And if I don't have something to do in a car, I sleep, which is okay. But then sometimes the driver gets tired and would like to talk to you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, or they need you to drive, blah blah blah. Anyway. The other one, and I am so excited. I wish it were to sisters to the quilt show. But my sister told me yesterday she might be game. She's not a quilter. She does handwork and has in the past. But I might make the sisters quilt show and whole week experience maybe next year. But this fall, my husband and I are going to do the Oregon coast, and that's another thing that's been sucking up my time, is I've been trying to figure that out so we can get an idea what we want to do and how we want to do it and all those things, and get him on board, which didn't take hardly seconds, but he kind of likes to pick out some hikes and things because we like to do outside stuff. I digress. Okay, so... paperpieces.com had a great coupon, and I bought myself a bag to take on vacations and little trips, and it's a Yazzi bag. It's really neat. I wish it had a zipper and not Velcro because that sound makes me go. But I don't have any that have the clear. So this is my first one with clear, and I'm thinking, I'm going to see how this works out for me, and then I might order one in another color if they have another coupon. You get what you pay for when you buy handmade. You're getting quality, especially if you can look at it before you buy it. But these are great bags. The one little one that I carry around is just almost indestructible. It's like a little wallet. And I've heard others talk about Yazzi and all of those things. And I have no affiliates. No affiliation with anybody. But I just keep, kept running into this on paper pieces, which I haunt really when I need a break from sewing. I haunt paperpieces.com, but and Etsy. Anyway, my new bag. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to show you in a week or two what all I pile in there to work on and carry around with me. That's my haul. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share. I don't know. I've been working up in my head a few tutorials that I might try to film and put up. I do quilt lingo because I'm trying to, which is just going over the bits and pieces and parts and words and vocabulary of quilting as kind of a way to draw new quilters in. I know that there's a lot of us, but I know there are a lot of people sitting around going, I wish I could make something beautiful like that. And they can. They just need to have some information. I had information because I knew people who did it, and I had a mother who could make anything and did. And so, I just knew the language. I grew up knowing the language. So anyway, I've been doing quilt lingo, and I'm thinking I'm going to add some tutorials. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting addicted to this YouTube thing too. They just don't have enough hours in my day to cover life and hobbies. I could use about 4 more hours. So, which means I could stay up 4 hours later, but then I'd be worthless the next day because I kind of like my sleep. But I don't really know anything else. I promise I'll have some progresses to show you. Let me say I will mildly promise that I will have some progresses to show you next week because my grandsons are coming tomorrow, and I just shut down and be grandma. I don't, if they want to join in what we're doing, that's great. But if they want to play horseshoes in the yard or sew, I have one of my little grandsons loves to sew, and he needs to work on the quilt he's making himself. He's 6. Anyway, I don't know if I ever told you that story about he always has to have an activity. My 6-year-old grandson, he always has to have an activity. And I always have to think something up. So a year or two ago, I bought him a little box of monsters to make because he liked to hand sew. Well, they both will do it. They both like it. But my 7-year-old likes it, or 6-year-old. He'll be 7 in September. My 6-year-old loves it. Like, he will sit down and concentrate so hard and work on his stitches and work on his faces. And it was just a little kit I found on Amazon or something. So he also likes to run my long arm. So he'll stand up there on a stool and we'll do a little free motion. And then we always pick something on Pro Stitcher, and he'll do that. Little activities. Last time he was here, he was activity-ing me, and he said, I really want to run the other machine. And I was like, all right, kiddo. So I took all my leftover 5-inch squares. You buy those charm packs and you make something, and you need 1.5 packages or whatever. Anyway, I had a whole little box of those. I said, pick out some, and we'll make something. Well, as he got to picking it out, I thought, well, why couldn't he make a quilt to fit his little bed at his dad's house, my son's house? And so we have started. He has made several twosies, but the story that's so funny is, I have all kinds of fabric. I don't guess I really have a style. I kind of have a style. I kind of have a color, but I don't have one set in stone. I like almost all of it, but he would go through, and every now and then I'd say, oh, this will work in there, and it would be like a solid or something that read really solid and some lighter colors because he was picking out the wildest stuff, and it doesn't all match. Anyway, I was just trying to, so that when we get it all ready to start the 4Zs and the 6, all that stuff, that he could kind of mix them up and have something. And pretty soon he just turned around and looked at me, and he said, Grandma, would you please quit putting the blank ones in there? I don't like the blank ones. So I think maybe he and I, if we have a rainy day and he's not fishing and catching cicadas and those kinds of things, oh my gosh. I'm fortunate enough not to have a lot of them right here on my property, but just down the road at my sister's. Ugh, and I can hear them every time I go outside. So I know they're coming. I just don't know when. Anyway, we will probably work on that quilt a little bit, and his older brother and I'll probably play some games outside because we kind of like to do that, do some frisbee and stuff. So hopefully I have some time in here between now and next time, and I'll have something more to show you. So I'm going to take my wordy self and say bye. Bye, Aunt Billy.